A few words on the subject of the State Comptroller and Ombudsman of Israel. The National Insurance Institute, the Israel Police, the Israel Defense Forces, the HMOs, and local authorities. These are only a few of a long list of public bodies and institutions charged with serving the community, providing it with security and welfare, and guaranteeing individuals' rights within the state. But what happens when these bodies do not function properly? Who will ensure that such public bodies use the public resources entrusted to them efficiently and economically? Who can guarantee that the vast power and authority given to them will not be abused? And how can we see to it that individuals' rights will not be compromised while navigating the course of complex bureaucratic processes? It was precisely for this reason that the institution of the State Comptroller and Ombudsman was established. The Comptroller examines the legality, moral integrity, orderly management, efficiency, and economy of the audited bodies. In total, some bodies are subject to the Comptroller's audit. Already with the founding of the State of Israel, its founding fathers recognized the great importance of creating an autonomous and independent supreme audit institution. They saw in its independent status one of the yardsticks of the state's democratic resilience. Since 1971, the Comptroller has also held the title Ombudsman of Israel. The constitutional status of the State Comptroller and Ombudsman was subsequently established by the Basic Law, the State Comptroller, which was enacted in 1988. The State Comptroller is not dependent at all on the government or any of its branches. Thanks to this independence, the Comptroller plays a central role in the system of checks and balances within the democratic regime of Israel. The State Comptroller and Ombudsman is elected by the Parliament in a secret ballot and by a special majority, and since 1998 has been appointed to serve a single 7-year term. The budget of the Comptroller's office is determined by the Parliament upon the proposal of the State Comptroller. State Comptrollers have profoundly influenced the manner in which the government and public bodies within the state operate. Their audits and findings have contributed greatly to the formulation and creation and substantiation of norms of good governance, economy, efficiency, integrity, and public accountability, and their assimilation by civil servants and the public's elected representatives. The audit divisions produce reports on approximately 120 topics a year. In addition to the audit functions, the law also requires the State Comptroller and Ombudsman to audit the management of the financial affairs of political parties running for election to the Parliament and local authorities, to enforce the rules for prevention of conflict of interests, ministers and deputy ministers, to protect whistleblowers in the public sector. The Office of the State Comptroller and Ombudsman maintains professional ties with its counterparts around the world and with international organizations. The purpose of this international cooperation is to strengthen research and development in the fields of state audit and investigation of public complaints, exchange information and professional experience in order to improve methodologies of those fields, cooperation in the spheres of professional training, and the improvement of personnel's professional standards. The Office of the State Comptroller and Ombudsman is an integral part of the constitutional system of the State of Israel and plays a pivotal role in enhancing public accountability of civil servants and elected public officials, safeguarding public interests, supporting the struggle for good governance, combating government corruption, and protecting human rights and democratic values. Further information may be found on the website of the State Comptroller and Ombudsman of Israel.